And Star Wars Theory as well. I think I'm done talking about that guy. It's kind of boring at this point. It's very played out on my channel, and it doesn't really feel worth it.
Coward. We have a new world to conquer. You make me sick.
Leave me alone, please.
Hiding in the shadows. Hiding from who you truly are.
Oh.
You can't escape yourself.
Yes, that's right, I'm here to talk about Star Wars Theory once again. He is constantly proving himself to be nothing but a Star Wars normie.
Wait, what?
This fandom has been infested with them for years. And I don't want to see any appeals to authority in my comment section. It does not matter that he's the biggest Star Wars YouTuber. That does not magically make him an authority on what is real Star Wars. He is a fraud. He always has been.
We were all frustrated, Soderbergh said. You know, that was 2.5 years of free work for me. And Adam and Rebecca Blunt were the writer. When Adam and I discussed him talking about it publicly, I said, look, do not editorialize or speculate about the why. Just say what happened. Because all we know is what happened. The started reason was, we don't think Ben Solo could be alive. And that was all we were told. And so there's nothing to do about it, you know, except move on. Yo, but they bring back Palpatine. Even when George Lucas said Palpatine's dead, like 1,000,000 times. He said that to Ian McDiarmid, and it's just wild to me that Disney wants to do all of these things. They want to make all of these massive decisions going against George's sequels, going against George's story in general on these characters.
How dare he invoke George Lucas and what George Lucas wants or what his story was? His sequels were not the treatments he wrote for Disney. His sequels were The New Jedi Order, books Theory does not consider real canon, and books he never read.
You know, George didn't give a shit about anything else, and George didn't ever think anything outside of the first 6 films in the Clone Wars are canon. He's like, the first 6 films, and then the Clone Wars when it came out, are the story. Everything outside of that, you know, is stuff he didn't particularly sign off on, but he was like, all right, yeah, sure.
The original saga was about the father, the children, and the grandchildren. And, I mean, that's not a secret to anybody. It's even in the novels and everything. But
also, what does Theory think about Ahsoka being alive? A character that George wanted dead.
I've always been a bit more in the Ahsoka lives camp. And George has been very full on in the Ahsoka dies camp. I think I've said that before, if not revelation for you.
I'm a Jedi Knight.
And she's a girl, and she's a Jedi, and we, frankly, haven't quite seen enough of that, have we?
Is he gonna make excuses for his God King Filoni? He probably would, because he's nothing but a Star Wars normie, and they all defend that dickhead.
But the one thing that I think would have been unanimously appreciated, I mean, yeah, okay, there's a lot of people that like really hated the sequels. Look, I did too. At one point in time, I thought they were okay.
Unanimously appreciated by who? The normies. That's who. Not real Star Wars fans, only fake Star Wars fans. And Star Wars normies like Star Wars Theory. And let's take a look at exactly what Theory said about the sequels after he saw Episode 9.
This was really an exceptional ending. And I really enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed the film. I would even go as far as saying, you know, I don't see Episode 8 as being in the canon timeline. I see 7 and 9. And it was a beautiful ending to the sequel trilogy. And, you know, so far as doing the entire saga, sure, it wrapped it nicely in the end. And it left me with a good feeling. I'm happy. I really loved it. And I shouldn't be made to feel like I can't say that I loved it. You know?
Seems like he thought they were a lot better than okay.
But I can tell you, I would have enjoyed a Ben Solo movie. I do think Kylo Ren and Ben Solo were, you know, arguably probably the best character that Disney has come out with for the sequels.
That is a really low bar. He's the best character in the sequels. That doesn't mean anything. And he's telling you right here, folks, he would have enjoyed seeing more sequel content. Because he's a fake fan.
I'd kind of made the movie in my head and just felt bad that nobody else was going to get to see it. Well, don't worry, dude. You should release the script, leak it online, and then I'm sure a lot of Star Wars fans out there will use AI to make it happen, just kind of like they're doing now with Colin Trevorrow's Episode 9 Duel of the Fates. And it looks absolutely phenomenal.
Leave it to a Star Wars normie to enjoy that AI slop that incorporates Disney characters. Fake fucking Star Wars. Such complete bullshit. And it's a cope. It's a cope that they're hyping up this Disney AI slop. Because they're thinking, well, if Disney sees that we like this, then maybe they'll make content similar to these AI slop videos.
The director continued, I thought the conversation was strictly going to be a practical one, where they go, what is this going to cost? And I had a really good answer for that, but it never even got to the point. Disney asking what it would cost for their main sequel trilogy character, or, I would say their second main sequel trilogy character, bringing back Ben Solo, and they know that so many people will appreciate. Heck, I would even go see it and talk about it and all that stuff because I want to see more about Kylo Ren and Ben Solo. He was really the only good character of the sequel trilogy, and I say good lightly compared to everything that we got in that mess. And I thought he was by far the best actor. So just release the script, leak it online, or leak pages. Oopsie, how did this happen? And then all of a sudden you're going to have fans bringing it to life and your vision will be seen. You're not getting paid for it, you're not getting appreciated for it anyways, but at least this way, the fans will appreciate what you did and they'll make it come to life.
Theory is using all of the Disney shill talking points, saying, oh, so many people will appreciate this. The fans will want to see this. No. No one in the general audience gives a fuck, and real Star Wars fans don't give a fuck. Only fake Star Wars fans and Star Wars normies think this is a good idea.
It's crazy they paid $750 million for Andor, 2 seasons of Andor. It's crazy they paid $250 million for The Acolyte. They only gave $90 million to Kenobi, imagine that. And then they gave $176 million, I think, for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. When Solo, I think, got $500 million, it was like $250 million twice, because they scrapped it at the end of the first one and then redid it. And I think every other show after that got more money. So to me, in my head, I'm wondering, why not go for this? Just at this point, it can't be worse than The Acolyte, I'll tell you that much.
A couple things here. One, Theory does not understand what makes a TV show or a movie good. A big budget doesn't mean better writing. It never has and never will. And also, did you notice at the end he said, it can't be worse than The Acolyte? That's the bar, people. As long as he thinks it's better than that show, he's gonna like it. He's gonna approve of it. Pathetic. It's all the same. It's all part of the same continuity. If you support anything in the Disney canon, you're supporting Disney Star Wars. You're supporting The Acolyte. You're supporting the sequels. It's all part of the same thing. And there are so many bozos and retards who watch Star Wars Theory's videos. Go to his comments. They're all there praying that Disney are gonna axe the sequel trilogy. They're gonna retcon them. That is never gonna happen. Wake up to reality, you idiots.
And then maybe you could use it to explain some of the disjointedness of the sequel trilogy entirely. Like I said, it can't get any worse for the sequels.
It can only get better for the sequel era. That's what Theory thinks. Sorry to all the normies who say they hate the sequels, but if you support something like The Hunt for Ben Solo, you are supporting the sequels and you are supporting Rey.
And he did a great job with the garbage script that was given and his lack of clarity on where his character is going to be headed. He did a great job acting. And the same thing goes for Daisy Ridley. I mean, I don't think she acted very well, but also how could she, considering they were switching up the script, every few months or maybe even few weeks. She didn't even know where Rey was headed until the very, very end of The Rise of Skywalker when they decided to randomly bring Palpatine back.
And look at that, people. He's already defending Rey. He's already making excuses for that character and that performance. Just like the Disney shills that want this movie, he's no different. They are all normies and fake fans.
We presented the script to Lucasfilm. They loved the idea, Driver recalled. They totally understood our angle and why we were doing it. We took it to Bob Iger and Alan Bergman, and they said no. They didn't see how Ben Solo was alive, and that was that. Well, Disney doesn't need to know any of the story beats. They're just essentially the executive producer. They're just funding projects. But they decided to give $250 million to Leslie Headland for The Acolyte? Come on. It's insane. They decided to give $750 million to Tony Gilroy for Andor. Listen, regardless of how much people may like Andor, $750 million is the most they have ever paid for any Star Wars project. And when you compare it to Kenobi, are you telling me that Andor should be getting more money than Obi-Wan Kenobi? Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen. That's almost 10x. Where Kenobi got $90 million, Andor season 1 and season 2 get $700+ million? I don't think that makes sense.
Once again, I've said this 1,000 times, he always brings this bullshit up. The budget for Kenobi was not the problem. It having a bigger budget wouldn't have improved the writing, you fucking idiot. And maybe, after the constant financial failures of all their past projects, they're gonna try and play it a bit more safe with what they greenlight.
I don't think that Disney should be giving the check mark or the X to anything. I think they should just see what Lucasfilm wants to do, what direction Lucasfilm wants to take it, and just write the check. That's it. That's what they need to do. They need to stop meddling in what they think should happen or shouldn't happen because it hasn't worked out so well.
It's their fucking money, retard. Maybe they should be a little smarter about it. They made the right decision when they cancelled The Acolyte, and they made the right decision when they did not greenlight this garbage fucking idea. Fuck Disney, and fuck you, Star Wars Theory, you fraud, you normie, you fake fucking fan.